So to open our program, in the absence of Dean Theodoro, I would like to call on Architect Maria Socorro Caputan to give our opening remarks.
UN public representatives, faculty, students, and friends that are attending. Good afternoon. I am here to represent the dean to give remarks. This is actually October is one of the most important days in terms of celebration of Mapua University since during October we celebrate the World Habitat Day. And if you're going to look outside, we have two standees, and these were actually the works of the students who won the competition with regards to technology in relation to housing and shelter. So they were able to design shelter using waste, and they were able to win the competition. Also, today, this is an important time for us in Mapua Community, particularly architecture department, to have this kind of seminar, which is focused on shelter. So we are happy that our students are being exposed to this kind of activity where there is an interaction with UN representatives and assisted by the faculty planning, community planning, together with the students in community planning. And they were able to be involved hands-on in the preparation of this master plan, wherein the focus of this activity is on building climate resilient cities through the plans and design. So years before, we had already this kind of activity, only the students were not exposed hands-on. They were not able, they don't have the opportunity to go to the communities and do their projects there. So in short, all our projects were more hypothetical. But today, this group of students are very lucky because they were involved in the preparation of this master plan, and they will have the chance to present this master plan here at this forum. Also, for the students who are attending, students who are present here, you'll be having the experience of witnessing how your classmates or your schoolmates who will be present today will be presenting their ideas in this forum. So, without much time, I'm welcoming you to this seminar, and I hope that we will have a very fruitful day after this activity. So, with that,
Okay, so now to talk about Urban October, we'd like to call on Jen from UN Habitat. Let's give her a warm round of applause. Thank you, thank you. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Janina from UN Habitat. I just wanted to thank you all and welcome you all to this the YUDEX, our first in UN Habitat Philippines. As you heard, we are celebrating Urban October, which is a global commemoration us start off on World Habitat Day, which was celebrated this year, October 7th, with the theme of Frontier Technologies to Transform Waste to Wealth. And then it ends on World Cities Day on October 31st with a theme on innovations for a better future for cities. So if you see, the broader theme is about innovation, which is what makes this event timely, because we are relying on your youth, the emerging trends and technologies and ways of thinking that you get in school or in your practice or just in your communities, and applying these innovations to your work today and what you're going to present. So with innovation though, what we need is just a new way of looking at things. It can be innovation can come in the form of big feats of engineering to smaller tactical approaches to solve urban issues. So again, thank you so much for participating in this event. I bring you now Yan Flores to give you the project overview of the building climate resiliency through urban planning and design, for which you have made these proposals. Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. Good afternoon. Before I start presenting the project, maybe it would be good to present first an overview of the event, objectives or purpose of why we are gathered here. So let me call Professor Mark to give us a background of this event.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. So again, thank you very much for being here. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of a representative from the city of Angeles, si Sir Engineer Malvin. Let's give him a round of applause. Of course, also from our UN Habitat friends who has been really supporting us for this event. So, 2 months ago, this was conceptualized. The direction of Mapua really is to go global and really explore innovations. So the theory behind the theory has been undertaken here in Mapua. The students have been joining competitions and so forth. And on the other end of the spectrum is the practice. Through UN Habitat, which Sir Ian will explain later, has been doing 5 different projects of 5 cities, and one of which is Angeles City. So the dean conceptualized an idea for a collaboration, and then so for that, YUDEX was born. Yeah. So we've been doing a lot of activities. So I'm very, very proud of my students in community planning. This is a community design planning class spec. So please give them a round of applause for some of them. So given the limitations of time, the limitations of course, a lot of activities is happening here in Mapua. We really push this forward to really explore and further collaboration. Hopefully this is just the start, and further immersion of the students. So let me give you an overview of what the students have been doing so far. So we started August. The meeting, the students went to the city of Angeles, where they met the city planner, the city planning officer of Angeles. UN Habitat presented about the project, which Surian will be presenting later. So they were able to really immerse in the city. They met with the local government unit staff. Perfect siya for the community planning class, is really immersion. And then they went back to Mapua. They did the initial planning, initial design, initial conceptualization. They did a lot of mapping, what Angeles City is, understanding the city, all its dynamics and complexities. So they really sat down, and this was the first draft model before being finalized into this huge board. And then after that, they went to the city. They went back to the city. They immersed further. They went around. They looked into the different areas. They were accompanied by the city through the initiatives also of the planning officers. So we were able to gather a lot of information that was really, really helpful for really take over the design of the students. So they went back to Mapua, design, conceptualize innovations with the help of UN Habitat inputs and the city inputs. So we were able to put together a lot of the ideas that you will see later. Yeah. So we initially presented this to the city. The students themselves, no, presented to the city planning officer, to the staff, to the engineering. So sila mismo, they were the ones who defended their ideas. Yeah. So okay naman, it was a very, very productive and fruitful exchange, leading towards further immersion on the sites. So we were able to identify the five areas of intervention for innovation. Of course, a trip to Angeles City is incomplete without a trip to Alino Sings Sisig Joint. If you haven't been to Angeles, this is a must. So one of the best sisig I've tasted. So they even went to the barangays. They really asked questions. They immersed. They researched. It was really an immersive experience. They went back to Mapua. These slides was here, the climate change specialist of UN Habitat really gave inputs for the innovations of the design. And then, so we consolidated everything, further developed the 5 project sites. So today, the students will be presenting the 5 sites, 5 innovative designs that hopefully we can gather as much inputs today so that for October 25, we can present to the city again, to the mayor, and hopefully open this display, what we're doing today, replicated in Angeles City on October 25. We gather more inputs with really the intention of really helping the city in terms of climate change, climate resilience to urban plans and designs. So without further ado, I'd like to give the mic to Suryan to give you more details about the project. Okay, please give a round of applause for
Actually, this event was conceptualized only last late July. After that, we had series meeting between Mark and Dean Gloria Tudor. So a big round of applause kay Mark and kay Tino because they're the ones who made this possible. We are all excited to see the design proposals of the 5 teams of the design class, but please bear with me because I have to present first the project, the Building Climate Resiliency through urban plans and designs, so that we have a full context of the project and show you that this project is not merely about design, but also it builds a lot of advocacy in terms of climate resilience and partnership we wanted to build, not only among the public or government partners, but we would like also to strengthen our partnership with the academia or the academic group. So with that, allow me to present the project brief. This is climate resilience urban planning, and basically it is an urban adaptation project wherein we use climate change as entry point to build the resilience of towns and cities. Okay, but before that, maybe it would be nice to introduce first what is UN Habitat, or the United Nations Human Settlements Program. We are a specialized agency of the United Nations, and we are mandated by the UN General Assembly since 1978. So more or less, we are already 4 decades old, 40 years old at UN Habitat. And our vision is for a better quality of life for all in an urbanizing world. In the Philippines, we are almost 50% urban, meaning half of our population are already living in urban areas or cities, the built environment. And for the vision, we promote transformative change in cities and human settlements through knowledge, policy advice, technical assistance, and partnerships to leave no one and no place behind. Please take note, no one and no place. So we're not only considering people, but including the places, no? It could be neighborhoods, barangays, district, towns, municipalities, and regions. Okay, we are working in at least 70 countries, and we have the regional office in the Asian Pacific, which is situated in Fukuoka, Japan. But our headquarters is located in Nairobi, Kenya. Okay, I would like also to match the vision of UN Habitat vis-a-vis the vision of Mapua University, and I think we have a lot of common indicators. For example, the university shall provide a learning environment in order for its students to acquire attributes that will make them globally competitive. And then the university shall engage in research, development, and innovation. Precisely, UN Habitat is working towards partnership and as innovation hub. We also invest a lot in terms of research and development. So based on the vision of Mapua University, I think we have a lot in common that we can still advance our partnership in terms of thinking innovations, particularly taking the opportunities from the fresh minds of the youth, the college students, particularly the College of Architecture, in addressing the problems and issues brought about by climate change and urbanization. Okay. So project brief, I already mentioned the title is Building Climate Resiliency through Urban Plans and Designs. It's a 3-year project, it's ongoing. Actually, the project will end next year. So we're kind of in the late stage or final stage of project implementation. And it's funded by the German government through the International Climate Initiative of the German government. The implementing agency is UN Habitat, but we have national partners, as you will see here. We have 6 major national government agency partners. This is the Housing Land Use Regulatory Board, the Department of Interior and Local Government, the Climate Change Commission, Housing and Urban Development Coordinating Council, the League of Cities, and the National Economic and Development Authority. And of course, we have 5 partner cities where we demonstrate the approach of urban planning design. That's why we are here with the Angeles City and the Gaspi City in Albay. We also have one in Visayas, that's Ormoc City, and in Mindanao, that's Tagu and Cabenfior. So 5 po yung ating partnerships. Okay, the objective basically is on the normative side. We help the government capacitate the knowledge, skills, regulations, and policies so that they can be more efficient and effective in terms of providing technical assistance to our local government units. And that will focus on urban planning design. And currently, we are heavily focusing on 2 government agencies, particularly HLRB, particularly on land use planning, and the DILG with regard to sectoral planning. Yeah, these are the 5 partner cities. And then, okay, maybe just a quick background about climate change and urbanization. We are now being faced by a lot of issues, particularly in urbanization, such as urban sprawl, congestion, all types of pollution, etc., etc. But I think we also think that climate change will further compound these issues. That's why we need to prepare or help our countries, our policies, and the cities to be more guided in terms of preparing for urbanization and climate change. Because if we do not, maybe we'll have more problems in the near future. No? So our framework really is using climate change as entry point or our driver for this project, and we use the approach on planning design as a means to address these climate change issues to achieve the resilience of our towns and cities. And with that, I think we are also thinking about the relationship or nexus of 3 main pillars of climate change and urbanization to achieve more resilience. Also as contribution to our sustainable development goals and SDGs. Okay? But basically for the project, we are aiming for 4 specific understands, this forum, the partnership with Mapua and the design class, is particularly contributing to output 2 and output 3, wherein we try to help build the capacities of our 5 partner cities, in this case, Angeles City. And we are also developing specific adaptation strategies and some proposals for design to address those issues. No? So output 1 and output 3 is very critical in terms of partnership with Mapua University. We will see also output 1 talks about our trainings and capacity building for the national government partners. And output 4 talks about policy support and policy advocacy. Okay, because not all of us here were involved in terms of site visit and the initial discussions, no? And also for the benefit of our colleagues from the faculty, please allow me to provide some snapshots about Angeles City. Basically, the main issue of Angeles in terms of climate change is water security and the heat stress. So later on, as we walk in the gallery or the presentation of the 5 themes, please keep in mind that we are addressing 2 main issues in Angeles, particularly the heat stress and water security. You will see here some of the red dots are the most, most areas that are experiencing, to be experiencing increasing temperature in the next 10 or 30 years. These are the barangays, as you will see later on. I think the students mark them. They present also this board.
Yes.
And this one, I'm not showing you the residential areas that are vulnerable to heat stress. And sub-commercial areas also classified as high risk in terms of heat stress. By the way, Angeles is a highly urbanized city. And the current population is more or less 440,000 people. And they serve as transportation hub and economic hub for Region 3 because of its proximity to metro. This one is the title of the project, Urban Design Project of Angeles. This was titled by, of course, the City Technical Working Group. They call it Angeles. So their proposed design is basically focusing on making the area more cooler and more secure in terms of water. So later on, as we assess and we hear the presentation of the 5 groups, so we can always refer to the water and this is the temperature as the subject of our exchange. Para hindi tayo mawala and get some focus. And also during the exchange, allow me to provide you some considerations so that we can maximize our exchange. In terms of water scarcity and stress, because Angeles is not really experiencing flood per se, but the projection also states that the city will experience increase in terms of rainfall projection, in terms of volume. But the water only passes through the city and goes to other areas. Now the question is, how does the city, how does the design proposals can capture this resource, the water, in terms of storing the water and later on using it for the people or for these areas when they already experience scarcity or crisis in water, because there is also a study that Angeles will have a water crisis by 2022. So we are only 3 years. That's only 3 years by now. So I think we have to move faster. So it's also a question of how do we use our open spaces, the streets, the buildings that are designed to capture water and use it later on. So later on, as we see the demonstration project of proposals of the students, so let's look for these elements. Okay. And also for heat stress, let's see how did the students or the teams here consider the population, the density of the area. And then looking also the social vulnerabilities, the barangays in terms of the design and the materials. No? Are they proposing innovations in terms of how do you conduct negotiations or partnerships, or how do you make your local regulations more active in terms of using the private office spaces as parks for Angeles. And then we'd like also to see some elements of nature-based solutions in the design. So ito po yung mga titignan natin as the students present their designs and as we exchange our ideas and creatives. So with that, any questions about the project? So it's like we're all excited to hear the 5 proposals and designs. So with that, thank you very much for letting us.
Thank you, Sir Ben. So are the students ready? Okay, so let me give you a brief overview of what's in front of us. So what's in front of us is a product of the hard work of the students with a lot of learning from the city, and you will happen that. So before the students present the 5 innovations, so let me give you an overview of the five innovations. Okay, so let me give you the mechanics. So each group, we have 5 groups. Each group will present for 10 minutes. They're given 10 minutes to present, and then after which, this is an exchange. So anyone can comment, anyone can critique. The objective is constructive criticism and to really create the best design possible, the most visible as possible. Given the time, there are a lot of limitations. Of course, this is still subject to further ground validation, etc. But hopefully, this is the start, a seed that can be planted, and hopefully, all of your inputs will be considered. So don't hold back. Okay, then, this is their preparation for later on their thesis. Okay, just very quickly, the five innovations. Okay, so this in front of you is actually the printout here. So let me show you an overview of the 5 innovations. So Suryan presented earlier about the challenges, the risk, basically the heat stress and water risk. So the 5 innovations aims to address those risks. So these were chosen through a series of consultation, a series of dialogue. So the 5 innovations will showcase one, something from the upstream. The main challenge here, there's a lot of developments, there's a lot of private subdivisions that's being developed. The challenge is how to maintain or to recharge the aquifer, which is the upstream. So whatever happens here affects the downstream. So we also have another innovation downstream, which is near the Pandan Bridge. So a river park innovation where how to also recharge the aquifer and also provide income and livelihood for the surrounding residents community. There will also be an innovation in the Balibago area, which is the densest area in Angeles. So what innovation can we do in the remaining part? You will see later on how to the existing Bayanihan Park can be redesigned or reimagined. There's also an innovation in the existing PNR line, which is currently being planned to create a rail connecting Malolos to Clark. So how do we now innovate? Actually, this area is right across Aling Lusings. So very special area. How do we now re-envision, recreate, or reimagine that area? Also, another one is the Heritage District of Angeles City. One of the most valuable area, so dense, a lot of visitors, a lot of tourists, but there is a remaining a park, a plaza, right in front of the church. So how can we reimagine the specific area that can address the issues of climate change? Okay, so without further ado, let me give you the 5 innovations starting with group 1 for setup. Let me give you group 1 who will present about the heritage area of Angeles City. Let's give them a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Group 1, so we'll be discussing about our innovation and our ideas that we got from the analysts in the mechanic community that we went through during our discussion throughout the whole term of our studies. Next, please. So first of all, as already integrated area, or said earlier that we, before actually trying to tackle all the problems that were listed there in this map, particularly, is that we had to get data. We need to integrate. We need to get values, ideas from other people. What is it that we are actually trying to plan for? It's not just about the climate change. It's not just about what's this? It's not about trying to solve something. You always have to think about the people who will benefit about it, because you're not planning for an individual, you're planning for your community, for the people who's going to be using it, who's going to be benefiting from it, because it is a risk reduction, or it is actually something that is very valuable right now. We are extremely, if you guys have actually seen the news, or if you actually read newspapers or you watch YouTube, the very latest news about climate change is actually very alarming, if I had to say so myself. I've heard about glaciers melting, I've heard about water already. We are going to have water shortages after 20 years. So that is very alarming for me. And actually, when we went there, almost the Abakan River is already dried up. So that's quite alarming for me, because I've been there for maybe 2 to 3 years already. 2 to 3 years ago, there's still water there. It's really a lot. But now, if you go there, it's around 10 to 20% of water. And that's really weird for me, because I can't really see it anymore. It's barely like there. I didn't see a river. So we had to get the ideas from the planning community, and we got ideas from them, and we tried to integrate them into our designs. So next, please. So because of the data that we collected, we tried zoning it. We had about 80% commercial buildings that were in our areas, and 20% educational buildings, 20% open spaces, which is not a lot. Pilgrimage sites, about 10%. We have the water, the Sapa Belen, it's only 10% because the water also that isn't that much anymore. And the government buildings, about 30%. The commercial buildings, about, as I said, residential buildings, about maybe 60%. Excellent. So this is the data that we got collected from the UN and some of the government, the official staff we met in our Angeles visitation in the official staff we met there. And we tried to get the demographics about how many people will be benefiting in our designs, how many people will be integrating, or who's benefiting, who's suffering from the heat stress, from the water stress. How many people are we going to think about? So, next please. What is actually good in our site is that it's a cultural heritage site, the Kuliot. Our areas is in heritage area, so there's so much to learn about it. But upon walking around, it was actually very hot. I have to say so myself, it was very hot. Even though we were riding a van, we were sweating a lot. There's no shading, there's no such comfortability that, oh, I feel comfortable because there is a cooling effect in that air. There's none. I couldn't see it anymore. But there's about 108,875 tourists annual per year. So there's so many people going here, but I didn't see a lot of tourists that much this year. I've seen a lot of locals, yes. A lot of some people trying to get tours, pictures about it, but not a lot of people. Probably because it's so hot. They don't stay in the parks that much because there's not a lot of open parks. There's only 2 open parks. It's not even that large. So not a lot of green spaces. That's one problem that we integrated in our design. So next one, please. So these are the data we also collected from the UN. Which one is this is the traffic that we've seen there, how hot it is when you're traveling. And the next one is we have the tourist route. Which areas did they go first? So upon researching about that, it's not a lot, but it is quite hard when they're going to be walking. And we integrated what is the sun path and where will they be going through? Which one is the hottest part? So we have tried to counteract that. So we also had risk or hazard reduction or hazard researches. It is susceptible to earthquakes, but it's not susceptible to flooding. So there's not much flooding occurring there, but there is water shortage. So we have to integrate that. Next, please. So here's our use analysis. First of all is the millennials, ages 12 to 21. Which one is the activities that they really love to do? Browsing, picture taking, relaxing, sometimes vlogging. If some people hear vlogs and it's just Instagrammable, something like that. Employees, 24/1, they love to relax, they love to walk, they love to chat while walking. Third of all, retirees, 55/1, they love traveling, they love reunions. So you can actually see that there. Tourists, any ages above, traveling, picture taking, browsing, resting, vlogging. Commuters, students, residents of the Heritage District. For the residents of Heritage District, we integrate the selling of local products as well. So, this is our goals and objectives. First of all, we wanted to develop and improve tourism in the area during the day and the night. Second of all, accessible to everyone. Third of all, walkability. Third, activity that can boost the public. 5, promote and preserve the historical heritage of this area. Objective is apply principle of responsiveness, sustainability, placemaking, and incorporate disaster risk reduction, which is the climate change that we are experiencing right now, and the sensorial approach. Next, please.
So, having said all those things, and based on the data that we gathered as a group, here's the problem that we found. So, United Nations concern in the Korean Heritage Analyst Campaign is that the alarming increase of heat stress as well as water stress. Of course, heat stress is caused by climatic temperatures, and while for water stress is caused mostly by the drying up of the rivers and some unknown factors. And with that, decided to design and provide water catchment system that can filter the collected rainwater and make it reusable to resolve water shortage problem. Next is to provide walkability and green environment to lessen CO2 emissions to reduce thermal radiation. And with that, here's our design proposal, which is we call as Puyat Hydrosphere Heritage District. Here are some of our design strategies, design innovations as well that we'll get to know more as we go on through the steps. So here's our main area. This is the Santo Rosario Street. This is the Ontario Street. And the third one is the Nepomuceno Street. Well, this is the Angeles City Plaza. So here are the design strategies and innovations that we plan to put. First, bicycle lane, which will be provided on all the streets. Solar powered lamp posts with CCTVs. Inverted solar powered umbrella, which can be seen in the plaza. Next is street trees with metal grid for shading. We also provided rainwater catchment system and barrier type gutter, and we also put waterways under on all streets, which will all the water that will be catched or stored, all the water that goes through the waterways will be stored on the tanks that we provided under the plastic. So here's our goal for the main plaza. As what she said a while ago, our main users are, of course, millennials as well as the tourists. So we plan to make the plaza to be a place where people could enjoy different products of the people of Angeles. We also want our area to be provided with bicycle lanes, of course, to reduce the CO2 emissions. Next is to improve the tourism of Angeles, Pampanga. Of course, walkability, and to further elevate family values within the residential.
So upon researching about how many water can we actually accumulate within a year, so we calculated that applying to catchment water tanks is about 149,000 gallons per year. So one is for emergency purposes and the other one is for government purposes. Why is it government, if you have to ask? It's because our group didn't want to fight with Maynilad or any water other resource, because this is going to be also an income generating idea. You can't just give away the water for free. The government will be deciding about that if they're going to be using it for other purposes. But we are going to be allocating this for fire departments and emergency purposes more mainly, because this is not because of the water shortage. You can't really rely. Sometimes Maynilad doesn't really release that much water. There's going to be a pause time, if you could say it. Even here in Manila, we have certain days that Maynilad is going to say, Texas, you won't have water for 3 days. So that's quite alarming because you can't take a bath and you can't use water for a lot of daily necessities. So upon doing that, we integrated two. So it's around 300,000 gallons if you are taking the birds of it. And it's going to the retention value or the retention rate that we're going to be getting is 4,000 to 5,000 retention rates. So next please. Alright.
So here's our design proposal for the plaza. So as you can see, we provided exhibit halls which will contain information, facts about the Kulyat and Santa Rosario Church. In this way, we would be able to elevate the tourism of the area. In here, we also provided solar powered street lamps, and this is the inverted umbrella, which I will discuss later. We also put in YUDEX since it's a great opportunity specifically for the church. It's a good vista for the users. The main view deck will be supported by green columns, and we also provided vertical gardens. And just like what we said a while ago, we provided food stalls that will sell different products which can only be seen or which can only be enjoyed in Angeles. And since we plan to put religious activities in this area, sampagita flowers and other tropical trees will be put on this, mostly on this side since this is the western side of the site. So heat is much more prevalent on this side.
For adding to what he said is that we also use material of coconut husk. This is actually an innovation that if we always use bamboo, we always use rattan, we always use wood, a lot of different other sustainable materials, but we never actually use coconut husk. Coconut husk is actually it's very rich here in the Philippines, but it's not really used for a lot of purposes. It's only being thrown away. You're throwing away a very valuable piece of material. This is its life expectancy is about 40 to 50 years, and it's reusable. So it's not just 40 to 50 years, you can actually reuse that. So it's not really a waste. You are saving a part of the community and a part of earth. You don't just chop off trees, you don't just you don't have to plant a lot of trees because you cut it down. So you're saving a lot. And because of this is actually, I'm going to be explaining about later, then we're going to be showing a video about innovations and stuff so that you can further do, but for now, next please. Oh, so this is one of the innovations that we also integrated. If you, because I'm from Saudi Arabia, this is actually, I've seen this a lot in Mecca. We integrated this in our design as well. We actually planned this an interval of time in the Angeles, which is, if it's really hot, during the day, like 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., it's not going to be like open. I think it's just going to like, maybe 10% is going to be open, and then from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., it's going to open a lot. So it's going to be occupying, shading the whole area of the particular park. So it's going to also reduce the heat, and it's going to be saving a lot of water because it's going to catch it. So upon break this is actually a really afterwards that it's going to close off because it's not really, it's something like saving up. It's zero energy because it uses solar power as well. Next is the retention tank that we also try to redesign, or we researched about it. These are the two tanks that we implemented down in the Kulyat. Its height is about 2 meters, and the diameter is around 19 meters. So there is the filtration system that we actually research about, is that from the gutter, we're going to be collecting it. So one pipe that's going to be connected to the retention tank, that's going to be saving up a lot of the water that the rain is occupying. And from this filtration system is that it's going to put in soil. So gravel, soil, and the stones, it's going to be filtrated into ready. So it's ready for reusable means. So next please. So this is the Santa Rosario street and design. This is, as we said earlier, what we want to promote, what do you want to see here. We provided shading as well. The shading is made out of the roofing materials about the coconut husk and green wool as well. This is actually also, we also planned this idea for a advertisements for people to generate income so that they could actually have a generating idea here. This is the Santo Ontario Street. We basically designed for a 4-lane and 2-lane street. It's just the same as the interventions that we planned there. But this one has a solar panel as well, so there's going to be a charging station there. If people are going to be waiting on taxis, maybe jeepneys, or maybe tricycles or helicopters that they're going to be waiting on. So, we'll be going to be showing you all video. Very much for listening.
Okay, thank you very much to our first innovation for the Heritage District. So we now open the design innovations to critique. We have from the city, from UN Habitat, from the students, so don't hold back. Feel free to comment. Sir, any comment, any feedback from our visitor, from the engineer Malvin?
Good afternoon. Thank you. Congratulations for accepting. So this is the science of this. I like the however, can you consider how long would or hanggang saan would accept drainage? Kasi sufficient water para makakulong yung
So yes, sir. We actually thought about it, but it's not going to be the whole island. It's particularly going to be the heritage areas. So we're not moving it now. It's basically the around 9,000 per 9,000 square meters to consider for the retention. So every month.
Exchange talaga to.
In line with the retention, since yes, you consider the area as yung heritage district, what is your plan for the water that will be more than the retention's capacity? Saan siya pupunta and out there, paano natin yung connect to a larger scale in Angeles? What's your plan about it?
This is just from the full group. I'm going to be speaking for my group about it. I think we talked about that. I wanted to give back for the river because the river is drying up. So basically, you can use the water to actually refill it, not just reuse and reuse. You can actually give back to nature as well. Not just if you have enough retention, it's not going to be. You're not going to be using that whole year, right? So you can actually give that back to the nature as well. So I thought that maybe give it back to Sabang Balan because the Sabang Balan actually is not that high anymore. The river is actually very low. It's almost drying up as well. So I thought that why not give back? So I actually integrated the retention tank to the river as well. But there's a process I have to think about. We have to, I think, talk about before actually giving it back to the river. This is such a process for that, I think.
Maybe if I may add, actually when we went around with the team, so the team was able to go around the area. I think one of the main considerations here is the presence of a drainage master plan for Angeles City. So the value of this proposal is if this can be integrated into the overall drainage master plan, where we can really determine where the sources of water will connect and the utilities underground and other factors, because of course the groundwater as well. Also, actually, this also takes off from the example of Burgos Circle. If you've been to BGC, the Burgos Circle in the middle of the park there, it has almost 9 stories of water collector. So though BGC, we all know, doesn't usually flood, but the presence of rain, they're able to optimize it. So I think that's something worth looking further into the drainage master plan. Thank you for the inputs from the city and the UN Habitat. Anyone else? So if there are anyone, students, oh, this is your opportunity to
You think students?
to be a juror. So any comments? Any reflections? I think what's the value of this collaboration is really further immersing into the challenge of climate change. But before we continue, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our dean, Architect Environmental Any comment, ma'am, from you? By the way.
want it to be functional, and you want to solve water, water slugging, and also resilience issues. But when you look at it from your perspective, parang aesthetically, it's a bit cluttered. But actually, I think you should tone it a bit and try to harmonize it. Although there are so many modern elements, I hope you could harmonize it with the heritage and areas around it. I'm not saying that it doesn't complement it, but try to look into more, try to work on the details such that it could harmonize with the environment.
Thank you. Actually, valuable inputs. Would you like to? That's a very valuable input. One of the considerations of the design is we should also always consider the context. So, noted, comment. I think I also agree toning it down because you have a very limited area. It's something that should be able to complement the beauty and the culture of the place. Anyone else? Of the students? Yes?
Well, I was a student before. I'm Luna. I'm actually an architect, and I'm not going to critique anymore the design. Maybe it's a community side na lang, no? Since your title is community, urban planning, and I understood that you also conduct interviews, ano yung mga gusto ng community for the design. But what about the output? Have you consulted your output to them? This is what we've done. Is it okay with you? So how about the consultation process with the community? Since the title is community urban plan, is it on the preliminary only? So how about the after?
Yun, if I may. If I may answer the question.
They're acting members.
Members?
Also members.
So if I may answer, actually, the purpose of this event, the YUDEX, is a stepping towards that next consultation process, which hopefully we can make happen on October 25. So the objective now is to gather inputs, and then the students will have another 2 weeks to update the design, and then all of the outputs, including later the model, the boards, will be brought to Amila City, displayed publicly, and can engage the community, of course, presentation kay Mayor and the other stakeholders of the city. But I agree, I think that's a very, very important input, considering that this is a community design innovation class. It's a continuing process. It's really a good learning also for the students. Because when we started this, we are really gearing towards, as Dean mentioned to us, to the faculty, we should really gear towards research-based design, evidence-based. Not just have a property, tapos design on it, and consider aesthetics, etc. But really understand the dynamics and the data, which hopefully the team was able to present. So if there are no more questions in the interest of time, shall we? Yes.
No, just one comment. It's really nice to see you are these out of the box and inspired ideas. I guess my only word of caution is to maybe just not limit yourselves, but just always keep in mind that one of the constraints to cities being able to do the interventions that they really need, of course, is sky's the limit. We can plan for and to get anything that we wanted, but um, don't use it as a factor to limit your ingenuity and your creativity, but just do keep it at the back of your head. That this is really usually the primary limiting factor for a lot of LGUs. So if you can maybe think what is customizing further your ideas with that consideration in mind so that you can come up with proposals that are actionable, if not in their entirety, then at least by phase. It means something, plans that are not feasible or not implementable are, um, are cannot contribute much value. I'm not saying that your plan cannot be implementable, it is, but it might be overly ambitious given resources, not just allowing the city but the city in general. But otherwise, the ingenuity is there. It's really nice. I like how you design the roads, the water retention plans are also. What I like about it is that they really directly address the increasing heat and water scarcity climate issues of the campus. So as a first step, and considering that you're students, thank you very much. But this is a nice exercise for you to really flex your normative and knowledge and theory into real life scenarios. So thank you.
Thank you, Group 1, for the innovation. Shall we proceed?